Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from whatever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, many Kenyans up to date have refused to believe in the 2022 presidential result that was announced by Wafula Chebukati. And of course, we had a case that was taken to the court, and the Supreme Court made a ruling in favor of IBC and William Samoei Ruto. Again, some Kenyans up to date have refused to believe in the ruling that came from the Supreme Court of Kenya. And so, Raila and Azimio la Umoja are back to the street. The demonstration that we are having as of now is as of the results that many Kenyans refuse to agree with that Chebukati released and Supreme Court rubber stamped. So, the talk on the street is that IBC must open the servers. Another issue is that the constituting of new IBC commissioners, then the Azimio side must be involved. And then we have the cost of living, of course, which confirms the problem that this government is incompetent. And today, Mutahi Ngunyi has tweeted. He's now telling Raila Odinga that his focus should be on the Supreme Court of Kenya. That is where we have the biggest enemy of this country, but not IBC. According to him, the Supreme Court is rot to the core. They did not believe in the ruling that was made in 2022. So the question is, if Supreme Court is rot, what about the IBC? Because people believe that the Supreme Court ruling was not fair ruling. That means IBC had made a mistake that Supreme Court was supposed to correct. Instead, they ruled in one side. And this is what he's saying. Let me just read it. Dear Raila Odinga, you are fighting the wrong battle with the IBC. The enemy of Kenya is the Supreme Court. We have many unanswered questions regarding the ruling in 2022. The 6 unelected judges made Ruto president. Fact. The court are rotten to the core and rotten from the core. So according to Mutahi Ngunyi, he believed that Raila should also take the war to the doorstep of the Supreme Court. Because according to him, he did not also believe in the ruling that was made by the 7-judge bench. According to Mutahi Ngunyi. And up to now, they are questioning that ruling. But again, Raila is not putting his fight on the IBC, in my view, as of now. The fight that Raila has taken as of now is right at the doorstep of one William Samoei Ruto. And I will explain to you the reason why. But before we go deep into that, yes, a quick request for those who are watching and you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To the returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And back to this discussion. Now, here is my views. When William Ruto became the president, and after the IBC results, normally there is an audit that normally happens to help in the upcoming general election and the way forward. Of course, it is a tradition to audit the results. And I'm telling you, after that audit, we had a whistleblower who came out to share some of the content with the Azimio side. And the truth is that during the audit, there was some discrepancy that was found, which confirmed that Raila Odinga might have got more votes than William Samoei Ruto in 2022 general election. And once such audit is happening, and you discover something like this, there is some of the information which can cause a threat to a country or destabilize the country. Such information is always locked under what they refer to as classified information, so that the access is limited to specific people. And again, that information can only be shared in public with the authorization of the person in charge of the country. As of now, who is in charge of this country? That person is one William Samoei Ruto. So Ruto has this information on his desk. And therefore, the only way to authorize IEBC results in public, the only person who can allow it to be announced or the servers to be open is one William Samoei Ruto. Otherwise, if there was no discrepancy, then these servers could have been opened a long time. That result could have been published. Why is Raila Odinga asking up today that IEBC has refused to release the results as per the constituency according to the law? Kuna shida mahali. So, what we are having now, the information in IEBC is under classified information. It can only be released through the authorization of the man in charge of the security of this country. Sababu wewe niambie tu leo, kama IEBC taenda ifungue saba na iseme ya kwamba Ruto hakushinda kura, ni Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga alishinda kura. Will we have peace in this country? Will Ruto continue to rule this country? Atakaa kule State House. Ile vita yenye inaweza amuka kwa hii nchi between those people who want Raila to be the president and the few who voted for William Samoei Ruto, that means there will be no peace in this country. So your information iko under classified information. It can only be released through consulting William Samoei Ruto. So Raila is not putting even his fight to IEBC and not to the Supreme Court, but to William Samoei Ruto, because he knows is the only person who can allow those servers to be opened. Bila William Samoei Ruto kuamua servers zifunguliwe, hazitafunguliwa. I'm telling you the truth. So Mutahi Ngunyi is confirming one thing here, and to prove that Supreme Court is wrote to the core. Now coming back to Mutahi Ngunyi, we are only asking one question. Why is it that after Supreme Court giving an order to IEBC to open the servers, why is it that IEBC did not open servers? Instead, through the Smartmatics company, they wrote a letter to Supreme Court declining to open servers on allegation that their ownership, property ownership, something like that, will be compromised because it will be infringing on their right. For those people who want to use their servers today, tomorrow, and any other year in the election. They only granted limited access to those servers, and it was only one server that was hosted in this country. But servers that were hosted outside this country were never opened. That means the IEBC refused to obey the Supreme Court order. The question is, now the bombshell. Why is it that after IEBC refusing to open the server, which means they refused to obey the court order, the Supreme Court judges went further to rule in favor of the people who have refused to obey the court order? That is the big question on this punchline. And that will be the reason why Mutahi Ngunyi is saying that our courts, the Supreme Court, is wrote to the core. Why is it that they never applied the Maraga wisdom, because Maraga also did the same. He asked IBC to open servers. And when they started playing the seek and hide game, saying that these people are sleeping, they are not awake as of now, and the drama that went through, Maraga likasirika tu na sasa akaamua election is null and void. He saw it coming. Maraga did not compromise this issue. Because how will we know the real winner here if really the process even is questionable? The only way to know this is by opening the server so that we can understand how election was won. Kwa nini Koome and the 6 judges did not apply that wisdom? Because even when they were making their ruling, why is it that they could not even ask this question? The reason why they are not opening the servers, so that they can understand when they're making their ruling. It means there is something they also knew, and someone along the way compromised these judges. So to me, I agree with Mutahi Ngunyi. The Supreme Court is rot. Someone refused to obey your order. Then again you come rule in their favor. That order was meant to confirm the winner. And now they say people are trying to tamper with the servers. Maybe people have refused to understand what Raila Odinga asked for. Mimi nimesikia Raila Odinga mwenyewe akisema vizuri sana. He's calling for forensic audit of the IBC servers so that they can know the winner of the election. He's not asking these people to release those results only. He's saying you want to see the result and a forensic audit. It does not matter how far these people are going to edit those files. As long as they can allow a forensic audit, it will reflect. So William Ruto is conned. No matter how far he can edit those files, he's now understanding that Raila is calling for forensic audit. So the only way to sort this issue is to go back to the public court. And people will demonstrate. And through demonstration, we have to force these people to open the server to know the winner of the election. Because the court refused to follow the law and force these people to open the server. IBC walikataa. Sasa ile kitu yenye imebaki tu ni wananchi peke yao. Na wakimalizana na IBC, the next door step should be to the Supreme Court. Because we have another election after this. So, both the Supreme Court and the IBC were lying on the same bed, and the result is the precedence of one William Samuel Ruto. I don't know if this but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you and see you in our next video.